Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the Hot Stocks Outlook for June 28th, 2019. Hope y'all are having an excellent week out there in the financial markets, and as always, plenty to cover in this week's Outlook. So we're going to go ahead and actually revisit. We've got XME here. We've had some updated forecasts from that market, as well as commercial metals and Hecla mining. Really a lot going on in this space. And also take a look at Caterpillar and public storage. So a lot going on actually in the Realty XLRE ETF, but we'll take a look at public storage. But starting out here with XME, what we have here is daily price action. So daily bars going back really over the course of June. And against those daily bars, you'll see that there is a black line and also a blue line. Now, the black line that you see against the chart, that is a actual simple moving average, or just a regular simple moving average. You take the past 10 close prices, add them all together, divide by 10. It's a really good barometer of where prices have been in the past. But of course, as a trader, we need to understand where are prices expected to move moving forward so that we can get involved with the market at the appropriate time. So what we see against that price action as well as this blue value, which is actually predicted moving average generated via the artificial intelligence technology found within VantagePoint. And what VantagePoint is doing is a very sophisticated type of analysis called Intermarket Analysis. So when it's forecasting for a ETF, such as something like the metal and mining ETF, it's going to look at a unique set of what you'd call intermarkets that are known to influence and drive this target market. So that can be other aluminum and steel stocks. That can be other ETF groups. That can be other currencies like the dollar index, euro. That can be futures markets. So like platinum, palladium, copper, steel, and forecasting how those market relationships are going to affect this target market that you're trading. And what that technology does is actually generate future prices. Those future prices that haven't yet happened are actually worked into these indicators so that they then become predictive. And so once this blue line crosses above the black line, it's suggesting that average prices are expected to start moving higher, and you therefore want to set a directional bias really to the upside, in this case on XME. And in addition to that predicted moving average, those neural networks are also at work generating this indicator you see at the bottom. And this is a very highly accurate indicator, but it's only looking ahead 48 hours at a time. So very short-term strength or weakness in the marketplace. And to really round this out, those neural networks are also picking out an intraday predicted high and low for you. So you can determine what prices you should be accepting intraday in the marketplace. And when we take a look at how this all works together, we can understand that, okay, well, if you're going to be getting along the market, where would you be getting in intraday? Well, you'd be looking towards those predicted low values. So we're not going to hit these values every single day, but you see there's been plenty of opportunities where you've come in. And intraday, it's been a fantastic opportunity to build a position, understanding that the trend is to the upside, and you'd only want to be getting long in a market such as this. So XME, we've been tracking this over now, last week we took a look at this and all those related stocks within the sector. But so far here, we've got a really nice opportunity to the upside. Market's up about 9% in an ETF. And what that does is when you recognize opportunities within an ETF, if you want to get a little bit more volatility and a bigger move, you can look towards individual stocks within that ETF. So when we look at things like commercial metals here, we have a crossover to the upside, neural index strongly at a 1 here. We have this little bit of pullback in the marketplace, which you see you got a little bit of a warning for from the neural index, but just a ton of separation between that prediction of where prices are heading and that lagging moving average that tells you where prices have been and letting you know, look, this market is in a strong uptrend. You want to use that guidance from the predicted lows to accumulate a position. Short-term traders can look towards the predicted highs to take some profit. But overall here, really great opportunity to build a position in a stock such as this. And, just a really nice trade here as we see this market really moving higher about 21%, so almost twice as much as the ETF that it's included in. If you like trading some of these cheaper stocks, the same thing. And you start to see similar stocks do similar things. And that really lets you know that there's a real opportunity there, and an entire sector is opening up some nice trades for you. So here again, we see this crossover to the upside, neural index up at a 1 here. You see you have these couple of periods along the way where, it's really informing you that expect some weaker price action over the next 48-hour periods. but that blue line strongly above the black line, signaling that you want to be long here and taking profit on long positions. Really the only way to go about it. You see this really nice entry here at the beginning of the trade, and so far this market doing very, very well here, as it's a very cheaply priced stock. Another 23% rally in just the past 16 trading days in shares of Hecla Mining, and this, you can start accumulating that position. We see at the predicted low here of $1.44. Now the market up near $1.80. So really great opportunity there, and you just see how there's multiple times along the way to add to that position, understanding that you only want to be long in a market such as this. So just act accordingly, understand that how these indicators all work together to essentially generate the entirety of this forecast that's going to change and evolve as the market moves forward, and then you can change and adjust that position as well. Here in shares of Caterpillar, again, really nice crossover to the upside here. A lot of strength from the Neural Index, suggesting obviously you want to get long here. Blue line well above the black line. You wouldn't want to be shorting the market whatsoever. And again, using the guidance from the predicted levels that every single day you get an update of what's going on. So what ends up happening is a full market trading day happens. There's information to be garnered not only from shares of Caterpillar, but those 35 other related stock, ETF, futures, and currency markets that share an important relationship. It generates future price data that's used to built into things like the predicted moving average and used to generate the neural index, as well as these predicted high and low levels. And it really allows you to adjust and adapt your position over time. And so understanding when that market environment has changed, it's time to go ahead and either reverse course or take some profits and look for a new opportunity. But shares of Caterpillar here up 10% just over the past 15 trading days. And really just to speak towards, adapting your position. And what I've noticed is some interesting things going on in the realty space. So just like the XME ETF, we got the XLRE ETF, which includes things like public storage here. And you see just a great opportunity going into really the month of May and also much of June here, as this is in a strong uptrend. And so over that period, it's very clear, what would you want to be doing? Well, you'd want to be utilizing the predicted lows that are generated via the software to accumulate a position to the upside. And as long as those forecasts are still intact, the predicted lows are excellent levels to go ahead and add to a position. But what we've seen here is some weakness set in. And what I really like about the software here is it allows you to identify areas like XME and commercial metals to get a really great entry, take some profit along the way, have some long positions in the market should things break out, but also recognize that there's some areas of weakness here, and you can create a really nice hedge portfolio by understanding that, hey, well, this environment has really started to shift. If you're going to be doing anything here, you want to go ahead and set short positions, maybe go ahead and buy some put options once the market prices get up to this level, so you can get a good entry on those put options and get a great entry to the downside here. So you see shares, declining pretty good here over just the past, what's only been 5 trading days so far. Market's already off over 4%. So some really great opportunities out there. We haven't had a huge amount of things shifting around from last week, aside from things like PSA and some of those realty things looking a little shaky. But you want to find those good areas to get long, trail your stops, and really create a hedge situation, because, especially a week like this, we may be running into some pretty significant volatility with some news announcements and, trade and G20 summits and all these things going on. So you can really take on some positions with some really limited risk. And that's really the idea behind trading that we want to go ahead and do, is limit our risk, really open up that upside. So once again, this has been our Hot Stocks Outlook for June 28th, 2019. Thank you all for watching. Best of luck out there, and bye for now.